Hey, what's up guys, it's Ridill here with another Fire Emblem Mythology, this one being on the weapons from those who slither in the dark. Also, if you would like for me to make a video on the members of Twisted, or the Four Saints, or have any feedback and comments, make sure to leave them down below. I enjoy reading them, even if I might not reply. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Remember, subscribing is free and you could always unsubscribe later. Around 87% or more of my viewers are unsubscribed, so please consider it to help me reach 400 and many more subs. I also set up a Ko-Fi account, so if you enjoy my content enough to donate, I'd really appreciate it, as it will help contribute to making my videos significantly better, and your message will be at the end of mythology videos like this one. You don't need to do so, but I'd really appreciate it. So anyways, let's get started with the first weapon, being the Ridill. If you don't recognize it, it's because it was first usable in Three Hopes, though it was left unused in Three Houses. Anyways, the Ridill comes from Norse mythology, as it was owned by the dwarf Regin. The Ridill was said to cut out the heart of Regin's older brother, Fafnir, after Regin guided the hero Sigurd to slay the dragon. And after Fafnir's heart was cut out, it was said to be roasted and consumed by Sigurd and Regin. In some legends, being the Poetic Edda, it is said that Regin was the one to use the Ridill to cut out Fafnir's heart. But in the Volsung saga, it was stated that Sigurd was the one to use the Ridill to cut out Fafnir's heart out. In Fire Emblem, the Ridill is said to be the preferred weapon of the leader of the Twisted, Thales, though it isn't really used by him in Three Hopes, especially because his personal class can't use swords, and it can only be obtained in the Renowned shop in New Game Plus. The Ridill also does magic damage. Anyways, now on to the next one, being the Athame, which doesn't come from any mythology, but it is a ceremonial blade with a black handle that is used in occult rituals. In some versions of the Greater Key of Solomon, there is said to be a knife with a black handle called the Athame. The contemporary use of the Athame as a ceremonial tool started in the early 20th century, as it was used by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, or just the Golden Dawn. And they were a secret society focused on the study of the occult Hermeticism, with Hermeticism being the study of alchemy, astrology, and theurgy. And they also studied metaphysics. The Athame was later adopted by Satanists, and everyone knows who they are, Wiccans, who are a modern pagan earth-centered religion, and also the Thelemites, which was a religious movement founded in the early 1900s focused on the esoteric and the occult. In Fire Emblem, it was a preferred weapon of Crania that was unobtainable to the player and only Crania could wield it, which in Three Houses it was a sword, but when Crania came to Fae, the Athame rightfully became a dagger. But it makes sense as daggers weren't a weapon type in Three Houses. So now, onto the next one, being the Scythe of Sariel, which Sariel is actually an angel that is venerated in Judaism and the Coptic Orthodox Church, which is an Oriental Orthodox Christian church based in Egypt. In the Book of Enoch, it is said that the Fallen Watcher, with Watchers being a type of angel, Sariel, was said to have taught men the course of the moon, but also a leader of angels who lusted after the daughters of men. Sariel and other angels wanted to lead the men astray and steal their wives. However, in the same book, the Archangel Sariel was stated to be one of the holy angels who sets over the spirits that sin in spirit. And along with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, they looked upon the bloodshed on earth. Sariel was also invoked for his protective powers in Gnosticism. In Fire Emblem, the Scythe of Sariel is the Death Knight's personal weapon, and this is the only Agarthian weapon obtainable in Three Houses. In gameplay, it's actually a lance, though its animations are those of axes in Three Houses. The Scythe of Sariel isn't exclusive to the Death Knight, so other units can wield it. Now, onto the next Agarthian weapon, which is the Asclepius, which originates from Greek mythology, as Asclepius is the Greek god of medicine, healing, rejuvenation, and physicians. Also, Asclepius is the son of the Greek god Apollo. Asclepius owns a staff known as the Rod of Asclepius, which is a serpent-entwined staff, which in the modern day is a symbol used by many organizations based on medicine and health, such as the World Health Organization. The Rod of Asclepius is very similar to the Caduceus staff, except it only has one snake compared to the Caduceus staff, which has two snakes. This may lead to people to confuse the Rod of Asclepius with the Caduceus staff, like how the US Army Medical Corps uses, or rather misuses, the Caduceus staff as their emblem, which that staff actually represents commerce. Typical US, am I right? Trying to be different and getting things wrong. Anyways, in Fire Emblem, the Asclepius is the preferred staff of Cornelia, aka the Garthian Cleobulus. It is unobtainable in Three Houses, but it can be obtained in New Game Plus at the Renowned shop in Three Hopes. However, the first appearance of Asclepius doesn't come from Three Houses, but from the best Fire Emblem related game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And yes, I'll continue to glaze and bring up TMS whenever possible in these videos, so that more people can check out and fall in love with Peak, known as Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Anyways, it is a Carnage / Mirage Rod that is craftable for Kiria if Tharja is promoted into a Sage. Now onto the strangest and surprising Argarthian weapon you might not even have realized, which is the Viskam, which most likely comes from Viskam album, which is a species of mistletoe and most commonly known as the common mistletoe. Just because it's a plant doesn't mean there isn't any mythological connection, as in Greek mythology, it was said to be used by heroes to access the underworld. But most importantly, the mistletoe was used to kill Balder from Norse mythology. The legend goes that Balder's mother, who is the goddess Frigg, made everything swear an oath to not hurt Balder, all except for mistletoe. As she said, and I quote, "It seemed too young." So nothing could hurt Balder, and the other gods liked shooting things at him and seeing them bounce off of Balder. Loki wanted Balder dead for whatever reason, so Loki tricked Balder's blind brother, the god Hother, into shooting Balder with mistletoe with his bow, which killed Balder. In Fire Emblem, you might not have known, but the Viskam is considered to be a weapon, and it is an automated weapon used by those who slither in the dark. AKA, the Viskam are the turrets located in Shambhala that target the player, and in game they are obviously unobtainable, but they are a part of the terrain in the Shambhala map. So, that was a Fire Emblem Mythology, Weapons of Those Who Slither in the Dark. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoyed it, you could support this channel by donating to my Ko-Fi account. Again, this is optional, but it would really help me make better videos for you if you donate. And your message will appear in this section of the video, and I'll read it out as well if I want. Anyways, the next mythology will be another anime / manga mythology on the Flamebone from Kagurabachi. So stay tuned for that and other Fire Emblem mythologies. So anyways, thanks for watching.